So I'm Maël Imirizaldu. I'm coming from New Caledonia, and basically I'm the marine conservation advisor for our program with there. And I'm going to try to show you like quickly in 5 minutes how did these tools such as the Open Data for conservation as well as the Miradi software help us to implement like a project we had back home in the island of Uvea, which is a World Heritage Site. So basically, just and pretty quickly, so New Caledonia is in the South Pacific, where you can see like nearby Australia. So Uvea is part of the Loyalty Island, and this is where we have this project because it was listed back a few years ago as a World Heritage Site. So just a quick picture to show you about Uvea, just to highlight that it was listed for biodiversity, for ecological process, and for natural beauty. So just these few pics, just you can picture where we are working pretty hard. So basically, when we did the first 2 years, we had like a big community-based management process to deal with, and a lot of consultation around the 20 tribes of Uvea. So at the end of the project, we ended up with like a whole bunch of projects and priorities for people and thematics to work on, and basically different kind of topics and local management, local community-based strategy as well. So basically, we had a whole bunch of topics to work on and priorities that the people from Uvea wanted to work on, some of them being the fisheries. So having all these things in mind after 2 years and all this amount of information we had to deal with, basically the use of Miradi and the Open Data for conservation was a very great help. And it was some kind of self-learning because it was very easy. Miradi is some kind, as you all know, step-by-step program. So basically, for me, I reckon that Miradi was a way to exploit all these data, starting with this conceptualization of whatever program I wanted to deal with in Uvea, and try to plan for actions and different monitorings. Because at the end of 2 years, we had this big management plan, and people were very keen to see proper action and concrete things to be developed in Uvea. And as an NGO, as you know, we have to choose and prioritize what we can do and what we are good to work on. So basically, this Miradi, for me, for myself, from my experience, was a good tool, basically to put words on topics, on concept, and help prioritize. The Open Data for conservation were very good for that for us, just to be able to say, okay, what's a vision? What's the scope of this study? And basically put clear definition on what to do and how we're going to do that. And so basically what I use from this Miradi, and I'm going to jump quickly on the first screen of Miradi, was basically the first few steps, being from defining my scope and my vision, what I want to do with what we have to do in Uvea, to develop objectives and prioritize some strategic plans. So let me quickly switch to the Miradi program. Do you confirm you can see that, Annette? Yeah, okay, perfect. So basically it's a big thing, right? After working on that, it looks like a mess. But let me switch back quite quickly now to the PowerPoint, and let me show you how it helps, like by, again, in very short time frame, like 1 week, just by a step-by-step basic program. So basically what we wanted, I'm gonna switch again, sorry. So one big priority for local people was to work on fish resources. And sorry, it's in French, but I'm gonna translate that for you. And so when we're talking about the fish resources, which was here, basically we're talking about fish on the shorelines on the left side and fish on the reef and lagoon areas. And basically these two kind of fishes are not targeted by the same people. On the shoreline, of course, it's the community. On the lagoon and reef, only people with boats, so professional fishermen are targeting these species. So it was basically two main targets to work on if we want to be able to manage the resource. So Miradi was kind of a good help at the beginning to, okay, that's what we're gonna do. So from there, okay, let's think about that. And Miradi was very easy, again, step-by-step program to help put like direct threads. And this come like in the pink squares. And this come basically straight up from what the people from the ground told us. Okay, we have a problem with this kind of resources because we are fishing juvenile stocks, because we have like not good tools for that, or we are fishing like big quantities or whatever. So basically, again, it was kind of easy to organize all this set of ideas and this reaction chain all along the conceptualization of this program. So again, big thing. Okay, if we think about the threats, let's think about the contributing factors and opportunities. And this is basically the thing you're going to work on when you develop your own strategies and your own objectives. Basically, this is what you're going to target, because this will, and as you can see, all these narrows around, this is what is going to affect the threats, and then down the road, the target you're aiming for. So if I'm going back a bit more simple, basically, Miradi helped me till the last step to develop like a fisheries improvement project strategies for UVA. And just to formalize within this big component of my program, so I've got this one in New Caledonia right now running on fisheries improvement project targeting professional fisheries, and another yellow box like this, working on artisanal and community-based management resource management and MPAs and working with communities. So it definitely helped me having this, okay, this big component and objectives and strategies. Okay, I'm going to work on the management side with the stakeholders, but we're going to help as well like local professional fishermen to build capacity so they can manage their own resources by themselves. And all these yellow, like bright yellow boxes, were these strategies, and within that, objectives. So at the end of the day, from this experience on Miradi, I didn't use the whole tool of Miradi. I didn't use the whole step-by-step things, but basically because my needs were just to formalize some discussions and broad discussion with local communities to something I need to program and put into a calendar and budget, and then at the end of the day, implement. Miradi just helped me to basically go from this conceptual model, and let me switch back again on the screen, to this Excel file, where basically I had, okay, my component, my first theme, I'm going to work on professional fisheries. Then I've got my 2 strategies, and then I've got like 2 main objectives. From that, this is basically what you got, what I got from Miradi. And then it's very up to you quite easily to work on your specific objectives. So how are you going to do that, the activities, and even go further up on outcomes and indicators you want to have. And so this is what I did by myself on an Excel file. But again, you can use Miradi if it's very handy for you. You can as well use Miradi to develop these outcomes and prioritize these indicators for that. So, I mean, that's mainly the experience we had from Miradi. And the last thing to show you down the road, so going from this big 2 years consultation process to, okay, what budget do I need to implement this in the next 2 years, because this is the priority that we have. Able to conceptualize a model, a strategy, develop your own Excel file, like very in a pragmatical way, so it fits you with your own constraint on the ground. And then the last thing was being able, together with CA Hawaii, CA Panama, and New Caledonia, develop as well a proposal for Ocean 5 Foundation, which is like kind of big kind of grants. And from all this model and ideas and prioritization, actually we're quite able easily to put together some elements just to try to get the funds so we're able to implement this whole strategy. So I think I was maybe a bit fast. So if you got any question, I'm quite happy to answer that. And if, yeah, some point I'm not clear enough, just feel free to ask me. But yeah, quickly, it was a way to demonstrate how straightforward these kind of tools as the OSC and the Miradi can be, and can be very useful, because this is a model I was able to develop again in 1 week or 2 weeks. So it's quite straightforward. Thanks very much.
Yes,